I can just imagine how excited and happy you were when you got this too good to be true deal from a client who messaged you on Fiverr. And the client seemed nice and trustworthy, so you threw caution to the wind, recorded the entire script that they sent you as an audition, and sent it back to them. Fast forward to 3 days later, and you still haven't gotten an official offer or even heard from them. Have you just been scammed? How to avoid being scammed or how to spot a scammer on Fiverr. That's what we're going to talk about today on Speak Easy. So if you're ready, let's get started. Hey, what's happening? Welcome back to Speak Easy. This is a place where you and I can chat about your voiceover career. If this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Anna. Hello to you. And really, the heart of this channel is just to help those of you who are just starting out with a voiceover career, or those of you who have been here for a while but are wanting some tips and tricks that you can do so that your Fiverr career or your voiceover career will finally take off. Well, I'm your girl and I'm here for you. So if this is something that you think you might be interested in, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification bell. This is just so you know if I have any new videos out. But today we're going to focus on how to avoid getting scammed on Fiverr, or how to spot a scammer on Fiverr. And really, this is inspired by someone who sent a question on the comment section down below. Actually, there were two of them. So that's why I felt the need to address this question as quickly as I could. So let me read off these questions off of the comment section. One of them is coming from Media with Jim. He says, "Thank you. I just joined Fiverr and I'm getting a lot of scam artists, unfortunately. I'm guessing that the work order should come in first, or should come in first. The payment is secure and then you produce the content." So that was a question from Media with Jim. And somebody else named ManZG1 says, "I've had a problem with my first two orders where clients have asked me for samples for the script, so I would send it to them and never hear back from them again. Are they scamming me? How can I avoid this?" All right. So thank you so much for asking these questions, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and talk about how to spot or how to avoid getting scammed on Fiverr. Now, this will help you even if you are not on the platform. At least it will raise your awareness to it. But today we are just going to focus on Fiverr. So there are ways to spot them. So those are the tips that I want to share with you today. So first up, I think it's important for you to understand Fiverr and also the common scams that happen on the platform. Because yes, Fiverr is really a great platform where you can actually market yourself, or where clients can find you easily for projects that you can collaborate on. And it's really something that does the work for you. Like I've said in my other videos, Fiverr is like your agent. So it helps you find these clients. But just like how it is in the real world, there are scammers on Fiverr. So it would really be good for you to know the common scams that go around in Fiverr. So one of them would be like what Media with Jim said and Manzi said. They were tricked into recording a script outside of an official offer. So them sending it to the client or client and then having no official offer on Fiverr, they send it to them. So they never heard from the client again. So they don't know if that client was already used the recording that they gave as their official voiceover for their product. You would never know now, right? That is the number one thing that scammers do on Fiverr. The second thing that I think is most common on Fiverr would be phishing attempts to get your personal information. So they would ask you to click a link and it will lead you to a phishing website or a malicious file. So I don't know what they do with your personal records or information, or what they do once you click on a phishing website or a malicious file, but it is not good. So you don't want to do that. Another scam that is very rampant on the platform are these so-called clients who would go on the platform, look for voiceover talents, and then they would say, "Hey, do you want to take this this off of Fiverr so that you can get all the money. And plus, it takes so long to transact on Fiverr. I have to do so many things. So can we just make it easier on me and let's take it off on Fiverr? We can talk on WhatsApp or Viber, and then we'll just talk about all the details there. So don't fall for that, okay? Because once you're outside of Fiverr, well, then you're no longer protected by the platform. So those are the three common scams that I know of. And the third one, I get that a lot. And I always tell them, no, I'd rather stick to the platform because this is where you found me. And, a so called client goes on Fiverr looking for voice over talent and then taking them off of the platform. That's not even good ethics, good work ethics. So that's already a red flag in itself. So if I were you, I would not do business with clients like that. Even if they're not going to scam you, it's just not a good way to work. Those are just poor work ethics. So don't even get involved with clients like that. So before we get to the next tip, if you're finding value in this video, please do give me a thumbs up or a like right now. Thank you so much. All right. So what can we do to avoid being scammed on Fiverr? And you would think that everyone would do this, but not everybody does. So mine is to always check the background of your client. They do that to us. They go through our profile, they see how we sound, they look at our background, and I don't see why we cannot do that to them. So if you receive a message from a potential client, go ahead and look at their profile. What you want to look for are reviews from previous voiceover talents or previous Fiverr sellers that I have worked with. And if they have good review, that's wonderful. But another thing about having reviews is that they actually work with people. So these are people that got good business with them. So that's already a good indication that this is not a scammer. They have paid someone, they have worked with someone before on the platform, and these sellers got paid. So please do your due diligence, okay? Go ahead and do a background check on that potential client of yours. Another tip that I want to give you when it comes to dealing with clients is always pay attention to your conversation. So the good thing about having a conversation on Fiverr is that you can always review it, right? Because you're only talking via messaging. So always go over what you have talked to from the very beginning and make sure that you tell them that this is what we talked about and you're veering away from our original agreement, because some of them tend to do that. So always pay attention. Or if they're very vague about the project, or if they're asking way too many personal information about you, that is another red flag that you should watch out for. So always pay attention, always conduct yourself as a professional who will not deal with shady people and you will call them out on it. Because as a professional, you can do that. Okay, so you make sure that they are there for you because of your skill. Now, before we move on to the next tip, let me just share with you how you can support me and this channel. Number one, it's as easy as subscribing to the channel, Speak Easy, and also liking the videos that you have watched. Number two is to not skip any of the ads that appear on the videos that you watch. This is how I actually earn on YouTube. And number three, you can also send me a super thanks. So just hit that heart with a dollar icon inside of it and then send love my way. However, which way you want to show your support, please do know that I'm so grateful for all of you. Okay, tip number three is to protect your work. Remember, this is your product, this is your business, so it is in your best interest to always look out for it. So how can you do it? Number one for me, since we are talking about Fiverr, is to stick within the platform. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I mean, do everything inside of the platform from start to finish. Make sure you get an official offer on Fiverr. So they will send you an official offer, or you will send them an official offer with every detail of the collaboration or the project. How much, how many words, what are the other things that they want from you that you agreed to do with them? Everything is there. So either they will send you an official offer or you will send them an official offer, and you both have to agree. So that means if they sent me an official offer, I will accept it. And if I send them an official offer, then they will accept it. Sometimes they just send you an official offer without you having to accept it, because I think you can do that in your setting, that you don't need to answer yes or accept the offer. They can just send you an official offer, and that's okay. At least it's an official offer right there. And Fiverr is now involved, and this includes payment. So don't go off of Fiverr, especially when they tell you that, I just want to give you the money through PayPal. Don't do it. Just stick within Fiverr's payment system. So maybe you're asking, why would Fiverr protect me? Because Fiverr gets 20% off of your talent fee or your payment. So it is in their best interest to protect you, or to make sure that you're getting paid. Because if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. So that's why it's okay with me that Fiverr gets 20%, because it is our partnership. They're partnering with me to protect me, and making sure that I get paid, or the client doesn't harass me, or my client doesn't ask for more than what was originally agreed. So that's why always keep the business within Fiverr if that client found you on Fiverr. And plus, Fiverr's built in terms of service is there to make sure that everything that you have agreed on is documented up front. So let Fiverr cover you. Okay, the next tip that I want to share with you is not actually something that has happened that I know of. I just find that there is a loophole in here somewhere, and I have made sure that I tell the clients that I don't agree with this kind of system. So, say for example, a client approaches you, and this is a long script, and it's divided into several categories, and these categories can actually stand alone. So it means you don't have to go through one category to understand the next coming category or the next category. So they can stand on their own. There are times when the client will say, okay, so can you record all 5 categories, but send in the categories as you finish them. So, for example, I record category 1. So, what I will do is send it to them and then work on category 2. So, the problem I have with that is if you actually send the category 1 and it's not via the submit gate, I'll also show you a picture of that here if I find one. Not that green submit gate on Fiverr when the project is already ongoing, and you just send it via that message box that you use with your client to exchange for the conversation that you have. That is a problem, because then, for example, when you've recorded 4 and you're on your last one, which is 5, and the last one is the only one that you have submitted via the submit gate, the green submit button on Fiverr. I think there's a loophole there that the client will give you a hard time, or will just continually ask you for revision for that one category or one file. But then categories 1 to 4 are already being used by their company. So I find that it's just to protect you, and so that your payments are not delayed, is do not agree with something like that. I would talk to the client and tell them, okay, if we're going to break this into 5 files, then can I just ask you if we can just treat each category as one project, so that you pay me for every file that I actually submit to you, so that it's easier to track them? Or just don't agree to it. You just say, what I'm going to do is finish all of it first, and then I will submit to you. And I think it's just a good way to make sure that your payment will not be delayed, and you're properly compensated for the work that you have done. I don't know. I just find that there's a loophole in there somewhere. All right. So, tip number 3 on how to protect your work is, if they ask you for a file as an audition. So, for example, a client goes to you, hey, do you want to audition for this upcoming TV commercial that we have? And you say, yes, sure. And then I ask you, okay, could you read the script so that, we know if you're the right person for it? So my advice is to not read the whole script. So tell them, hey, could I read off of another script that's similar to this? And maybe you can tell through that read if I'm the right person for you. And if they say, no, I really, really need for you to read from this script, don't read the entire script. Just choose a paragraph and make sure you don't include the product's name in that paragraph, just to protect you a little bit. And another thing you can do is not record in your studio, because if it's just the quality of your voice or how you sound, if that's the only thing that they need to hear, you can record through your phone so that it's not high quality, that they would use it and never get back to you, because that's how it is sometimes, so you record the entire script and then you never hear from them again. They just disappear. So that's how you can protect yourself from those things. You want to make sure that they actually come back to you and say, hey, I need you to record the whole thing now. So when they tell you that, you can tell them, okay, can I send you an offer for this so we can make it official? Or can you send me an offer so I can accept it so we can finally work on this and make it official? So that's one thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do is watermark your file. And you can take that out once the client sends you an official offer or when you get paid. Let me know down in the comment section if you want to know more about watermarking your work so I can make a separate video on that one. Now, please hear me out, okay? I want to be real with you. If they had asked you for an audition and you read the script and you send it to them and you never hear from them again, maybe it's just because you are not the right person for the job. Now, some clients, they will get back to you and tell you, hey, we really appreciate you for auditioning, but unfortunately, we are going with another person for this, but maybe we can collaborate again. Fine. Some clients will do that, but not all of them will. Okay. They will just forget you and, you'll never hear from them again. So, they're not all scammers. Sometimes you just didn't get the job. So I just want to post that in there and make it real with you so that you're not suspicious of everyone, or you don't keep that grudge, or you don't hold on to that thought that you have been scammed. Nevertheless, it is our responsibilities as freelance voiceover talents to be vigilant, okay, and do our due diligence when we are dealing with different clients, whether we are on the platform like Fiverr, voices.com, Upwork, or wherever it is. We need to be vigilant and we need to always protect our product. And hopefully by following the tips that I just gave you, you are now aware of the scams that goes on the platform, and you will know what to do if you feel like this client is a little bit shady. Now, if you have any horror stories about being scammed, or if you have tips for other voice talents out there, please do leave it down at the comment section. This is a community and we could do with helping each other out. So that's it. Those are my tips to spot scammers or avoid getting scammed on Fiverr. And I hope you enjoyed it, but don't go anywhere yet. If you like this video, go ahead and go around the channel and watch other videos that might help you with your voiceover career. And with that, I wish you all a fantastic day and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers!